Mike, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Tell everyone your name and occupation and where you're from.
My name is Michael Rumsby. I'm an artist and I'm originally from the UK,
Where in the UK?
from a little village called Thorpeness on the beach.
You are famous for all the detail, so, try and,
Elaborate.
yeah, a little. You're an artist. What made you start your career as an artist?
My career started the day I first picked up a felt tip pen when I was a little boy. I believe we're all born as creatives and it's kind of knocked out of us as kids. So it all started then. The real career as an artist started just over 10 years ago. With a paintbrush.
Yeah.
And a blank canvas.
And galleries?
Galleries, a little bit back in those days. Probably the first gallery was around 2012. And that was in the UK in Tunbridge Wells. Then I worked with a gallery in Dubai where I was based for a couple of years. And then for the last 5 years, I have been represented by Clarendon Fine Art, who have extensive portfolio of galleries in the UK and also in Connecticut, just outside New York.
Who or what inspires you and your art?
Everything around me inspires me. I am painting like 360 degrees what I see. I'm painting when I'm out walking, I'm painting when I'm driving a car, I'm painting when I'm being driven in a car, I'm painting when I'm on a donkey, I don't know, whatever.
Which is often...
Which is most mornings, actually.
Yeah. Around 8 till 10.
No, we go and feed the donkey, a local donkey in the field. So I'm inspired by what I see as the kind of infinite beauty of nature that surrounds us. And it can be a wet, drizzly day, or like it is today, actually, down here in the southwest of France, or it can be a hot, sunny day. Everything inspires me, and I see a painting in everything that I see with my eyes.
That's amazing. Where were you 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I was in Dubai, probably lying on Kite Beach.
And? Mentally?
Smoking a cigarette.
Art-wise?
Art-wise, I was living in a place where my dreams were in my head and they were really strong. And I secretly thought I could achieve them, but I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do that. And it was an exciting time. It was the beginning of an adventure from an artistic point of view.
Which is still ongoing.
Which is still ongoing and may it last, yeah.
Where would you like to be in 10 years' time?
Lying on Kite Beach, smoking a cigarette.
No.
Well, on holiday.
Not that we don't like Kite Beach.
Or cigarettes, but and I don't smoke, I gave up a long time ago. But I would like to be still having fun, still laughing, still enjoying the wine that we have around here in Saussignac. Love this place. It's brilliant. It's a great base. And, still represented by the same gallery that represents me today. I'd like to be producing better, stronger, more powerful work and starting to develop some kind of legacy that I can see would outlive me.
Which hopefully will be
and that can
quite
be,
a while.
And that, hopefully, yeah. But that can be in any form. That can be a legacy in terms of the art that I'm producing. It can be a legacy in terms of charity work that I've started, that I've always been interested in. Anything, but just something that makes it feel like, okay, when I'm gone, there's still a bit of me left.
Sad thought. That sounded really...
This morning, frankly, this morning it feels actually quite
The last 4 days have felt like every day could be the last. If you could spend a day with any artist, alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh my God, that's a really difficult question.
Good.
There's so many. All of it. There's so many artists that I really admire. I used to be really obsessed by the work of W. Turner. Just the light and everything, but I think he probably was quite serious. So that wouldn't be much fun. Matisse probably was a real laugh. Good era for me to have been around in. All dead. Living artists. I'm quite lucky and I get to spend quite a lot of time with quite a few well-known living artists actually already, so who will remain nameless. But
Why?
Just because.
Come on.
No, don't want to.
One?
No.
One of them?
No.
Tell me off camera?
No.
Secretly filmed on another camera?
Christian Hook, love him.
Good. Your greatest love?
Lee, my husband.
I think we all love him.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's fab.
I think most people would say they're children. And I do have 3 and I love them too. And they are a huge part of my life and they always will be, hopefully. But I think I'd say Lee like that because he actually really kind of was what I needed 10 years ago when I met him. And has definitely, I can now see with some hindsight, shaped me to become the good person I always was, but a better person than I was when I first met him, for sure.
Your greatest fear?
Well, the one that springs to mind first is flying, because it really is, but that's just really boring because you don't have to get on an aeroplane if you don't want to. I only want to get on an aeroplane so I can go to nice places. So I guess my greatest fear is dying, actually, because I worry about leaving people behind and how upsetting that must be. So that's and as you get older, I think you start to think about those kind of things. You think about your own mortality much more than you do, certainly than you do when you're a kid or you're a teenager or even a young adult. But I'm in my late 50s. Can't believe I'm saying that.
No, it's not same for
and
me.
It's like,
I'm looking at I look at new BMXs online and
I still feel like I'm 26,
mentally,
not 56.
Yeah.
So that does scare me when I think about it too much. It's a 3 o'clock in the morning thought.
Yeah.
It's not good, is it? Waking up
I don't really think
you're
about
worried
it.
about dying.
I don't think about it.
And also lots of people I know more and more at my age having heart attacks and stuff. And I'm like,
Well, luckily we're teetotal, so that's unlikely to. What's the best thing you've ever stolen?
A Quaglino's ashtray in the late 80s, early 90s.
I don't know what that is.
Quaglino's restaurant in London.
Okay.
They have brilliant little pewter ashtrays in the shape of a Q.
You still have it?
Absolutely.
Outside?
Treasured. Yeah.
The one
I saw you handling it the other day,
that's
actually.
the one. It is beautiful.
Your bags will be checked before you leave on
It's
Friday.
beautiful, I really like that.
It's very cool. It's very retro.
It's got like a 50s aeronautic.
Yeah. It's
vibe.
it's like the tail of it. It's like the way it's shaped and everything. It's absolutely brilliant. It's
I
classic.
had my eye on that.
I know you did. I saw it.
Yeah.
Be careful. You might be leaving with no eyes.
What were you like as a kid?
Awful.
The end?
No, actually, I was really cute. In fact, I spoke to my mum the other day, and she's at that age where she started going through stuff, so I don't have to when she's gone, which is very sweet. And she was going through loads of photos, and she sent me a message the other day. No, she phoned me, and she said, "God, I really didn't appreciate you. You were the most gorgeous little kid. You were so beautiful." And I had bright white hair, little curls, and was cute and.
I need photographic proof.
Oh no, I've got lots of photographs. I was very cute. I was also very shy, actually.
Oh wow!
Which I still am.
So all of these things have changed massively.
Yeah, I'm still actually quite shy, believe it or not.
Who would play you in a movie?
Marlon Brando.
Go on.
It's just my alter ego, I think. And no, I just think. I don't know, he's just like sultry, and it's like he's kind of represents everything that I'm not, I think, like sultry and cool
dead.
And it's also dead. But he too put on a lot of weight the older he got, so I think that would be quite good. Classic. And I also, like all those kind of classics, Rock Hudson and all those kind of people from the kind of Hollywood era of the 40s and 50s.
No one from Coronation Street or...
Never watched Coronation Street in my life.
Me neither.
I wouldn't know anything about it.
Can't think of anything worse.
I know they have northern accents.
What's your favourite destination?
My favourite destination?
Yeah.
Well, I think you would agree, judging by your arms, that it's not about destination, Julian, it's about the journey.
It is, yeah. Really? No standout?
What, physical destination?
Yeah.
Country? Place? I don't know. I'm a bit of a beach bum, so I like anywhere hot and sunny. An island, somewhere you feel, a bit remote, a bit cut off from it all. Take me to any island and I'm happy.
Least favorite?
Least favourite destination is the supermarket at Leclerc, just up the road. I hate it.
That bad?
It's miserable. Everybody's horrible.
I thought it was okay.
They check your bags like you're a thief when you check out and pay them extortionate
Like
amounts
you're
of
a
money.
thief? Where do you get that ashtray?
I stole it.
What makes you laugh?
That just made me laugh.
Stories about theft.
You and your amazing work, you make me laugh because we've just spent a few days together and I haven't laughed so much in a long time.
It's been fun.
It's very
Super
funny.
fun.
It's very funny. Everything makes me laugh. People that are funny and real funny without really trying to be funny. Actually, you try a bit too hard sometimes. But your wife's very funny.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. What makes you cry?
Oh God, like sick children and stuff like that. It makes me cry thinking about it. Just seeing innocent kids. It's a real cliche, but it's so true. Innocent kids that are terminally ill or have, kind of lost their parents or something. Just stuff like that. I'm a parent and I know how that feels. I think unless you're a parent, it's difficult to understand that kind of child thing. I don't know. I hate that stuff. That's the only time I well up, when I hear horrible stories about poor children.
What's the last gift you gave someone?
A sketch of a cat wearing a baseball bat.
Baseball bat cap.
He was wearing a bat as well.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
a
I
long
haven't
time
gifted
ago.
it yet, but it's coming off the wall and it's been put in a little frame and gifted to someone special.
That's from like 10 years ago.
It is.
Yeah.
It's actually a gift for you.
On a wine-filled Dubai afternoon.
Can't remember.
Yeah. The last book you read?
The last book that I read was The Garden of Evening Mist by Tan Tuan Eng, who is the most incredible author and a great guy, and we had some contact because the last but one show that I did was called Shake, and which is originally a Chinese gardening concept that's kind of been slightly stolen by the Japanese, and it's the idea of borrowing scenery from different places and bringing it into your own little miniature garden. And I used that idea to do this collection of scenes that were borrowed from places I'd visited, different destinations. And that idea, that concept is treated in this book, The Garden of Evening Mists. So it's kind of a special book for me. And he sent me a dedicated copy of it, actually, which was lovely. But brilliant author, absolutely brilliant writing. Recommend it.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Urban or rural?
Would have said rural to live full time. Need to go urban at least once a month. Big time.
Any regrets?
No, I don't really believe in having regrets. If I kind of forced myself to think there's one, it would be that I didn't do what I'm doing now earlier. Having said that, what I did before, I had a whole corporate gig going on, completely afforded me to do what I'm doing now. So you can't really regret something because, how do you know that you would have got to where you are? So, and honestly, I'm in such a good place, touch wood, happy, having some success, and so why would I have any regrets?
What's the closest you come to death?
Being stung by a wasp.
Okay.
Anaphylactic. Didn't know it. Got stung once, had a really bad reaction, was sent to hospital, went on a drip. Second time it happened, 6 paramedics, cutting t-shirts off in the living room, Lee saying goodbye to me, went completely into anaphylaxis, on the verge of cardiac arrest, and I was taken off to hospital. But the weird thing about that is after half an hour, you come around with all the adrenaline and the antihistamine inside you, and 3 hours after being on a drip in the emergency room, it was like nothing ever happened. So it's a kind of really weird thing. It's not like you're left with any injuries or lasting scars, just mental scars.
But you had to get it under control.
Yeah, I'm on a treatment for it.
Scary.
Top secret. Can't talk
Tops.
about it.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's a really clever treatment actually, which is a sort of 3 to 5 year treatment of being injected microdoses. Now I'm injected once a month with like 100 micrograms of venom, which keeps it under control.
How common is it to be in that extreme?
Don't know when it comes to vesicular, which is wasp. I don't know. I think there are quite a lot of people. I think as you get older as well, it starts to become. It increases the older that you get, and you can go from not being allergic to suddenly being allergic to something. Whether that's the same with other things like peanuts or whatever, I have no idea. But yeah, it's quite scary. But there are very few specialists in France that deal with it, and all around the world. So it's quite a rare thing on the scale of the population of the planet. But
well, we're glad you survived.
Yeah,
because it would be weird being in your house if you were here.
Well, it would be, and you wouldn't be surrounded by all these paintings.
Yeah, and wine. If you had a boat,
there's no wine left to surround.
Oh, damn!
It's all inside your belly, mate.
Okay, supermarket.
If I had a boat.
Yeah, if you had a boat, what would it be called?
It would be called Escape.
From the chateau.
Escape from. No, I love the water. I was born in Thorpe Ness, which is on the beach in Suffolk. So I'm used to looking at the ocean. So I've always there's a lot of horizons in my paintings. So I've always looked out to horizon, and so the idea of escaping to the horizon kind of just excites me. Not escaping from any problems, just the idea of being away from stuff and kind of slightly off the grid for a bit.
Tell us what you're working on at the moment.
I am working on ultimately on a brand new collection which will be launched in London in September 2025. But really working on the concept, don't know what it will be about, possibly inspired by a trip we're doing to Africa at the beginning of next year. But prior to that, I'm working on some commissions. I'm also working on a show that I'm doing in Portugal in April, and some smaller, what we call capsule collections, which are follow-ups for Clarendon Fine Art, which will be linked to the show that we just did in June, which was called Riviera.
Great. Finally, your message, words of wisdom, parting shot.
Words of wisdom is that in life, you will only ever really be happy if you are entirely authentic. And that means that you can't pretend to be something that you're not. You can't pretend to be straight when you're actually gay. You can't pretend to be a corporate high flyer when you're actually a crazy artist. And you can't pretend to be teetotal when you absolutely love rosé wine.
Mike, love you. Great chat. Awesome.
Love you more.
Fancy a glass of wine?
Let's do it.
Yay.